So before getting into the video, I appreciate if you guys hit that subscribe button, like, and comment. I will not be seeing any monetization for this video, but I enjoy bringing more in-depth breakdowns. So the Edmonton Oilers and Florida Panthers would face off finally in Game 1, and it started out kind of bad there for the Panthers. Bob with a bad turnover here, makes a great helmet save, bailing out himself, remains a 0-0 game. Lorentz absolutely destroyed that dude. And after that obliteration, things went in the right direction for the Panthers. Verhaeghe with a goal on a beautiful pass from Barkov. This play was just very pretty to watch, tic-tac-toe. The Panthers have a 1-0 lead very early on in the first period. Bob would make a nice stop after that. Panthers would go the other way. Skinner would make a good stop of his own. OEL would get destroyed by Henrique. This one should have been a penalty. He hit him right in the numbers. Surprised it wasn't called. This was an indication that this first period was going to remain chippy. McDavid would make a nice drive to the net. Good save here by Bob, closing the 5-hole. Forsling would make a great check here on McDavid. And Ekholm would take a bad tripping penalty here to give the Panthers an opportunity to go up 2-0. Skinner would have to make a nice stop here, and then on a very pretty play by the Panthers, Skinner makes another one, and the Oilers' penalty kill just keeps being tremendous. They would kill this power play off. After that penalty kill, the Oilers felt the momentum. Bobrovsky would make a nice stop here on Bouchard. Bob would make another save on Draisaitl, a good glove save, and Bob was just making good saves. Brandon Montour would have a good chance here high in the slot, but he would miss high. And on some bad defense, Bobrovsky makes an amazing save on Henrique. Look at him stretch out the pad, get it with the toe. Absolutely fantastic. But the Panthers' transitional defense wasn't great in this period. Forsling would ultimately take a tripping penalty on McDavid, and this lethal Oilers power play gets an opportunity to tie it up. Then Bob would make an amazing left pad stop on Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. He just played out of his mind in this period. McDavid would have a very good chance here to score. He would be denied. And then Barkov with a good defensive stick. The Panthers somehow survived that very lethal Oilers power play. Just under a minute 30, Skinner would make a save here. This would be the fourth shot in the period for the Panthers. But the Oilers kept pressuring. Bob makes a good stop on Draisaitl after a good forecheck by the Oilers. Bob makes a glove save. But then with 10 seconds left in the first period, a high sticking penalty on Verhaeghe. You just should not take that. Less than 10 seconds. There was no need. That would make Bob have to make another good stop, and then Reinhart would have a couple nice block shots. The Panthers go into the first intermission, leading this game 1-0. And if I'm the Oilers, I am not disappointed with that period at all. They were the more dominant team. They just got to keep attacking. Eventually, with those high scoring chances, they will go in. And if you're a Panthers fan, while not a great first, you survived and somehow you still have a 1-0 lead. So we go into the second period and Bob would make a nice save. After that, Forsling would make a good block. And then the Panthers would get on the board yet again. Bennett with a sweet hustle here. Great pass in front. Rodriguez buries it. Now it's a 2-0 game. And considering the Panthers have been getting outplayed for the most part, this is fantastic for them. But after this goal, the Oilers would challenge Bob quite a bit. He would make a few nice saves to keep it a 2-0 lead. He has just continued to look really good. When the Panthers try to go the other way, McDavid with a nice defensive interception here. And the Oilers kept getting some good opportunities, but Opozo with a good block shot. Skinner would make a nice save here on a 4-on-2. Opozo would just miss far side on Skinner. And then Skinner would make another nice save on Forsling. Now the Oilers driving the other way. Janmark drives to the net. Brown tries to push the puck in. It is no goal. That would start a scrum. A couple players from each team go to the box. Shortly after we resume play, Bennett would go to the box for interference on Draisaitl. And I just have to say, Sergei Bobrovsky has been phenomenal. And on this power play, he made some spectacular saves. This man is not human. He's been the lone reason why the Oilers have not converted on these power plays. Bob would make a nice stop here on Foegele. Panthers going the other way. Skinner makes a nice stop on Bennett. Bob would make a very good stop just over a minute left in the second. And then on a 2-on-1, Reinhart would take a shot. Good stop. Barkov can't get the rebound. And Bob gets lucky. He tries to play the puck. Draisaitl can't bank it in off of him. This is 2 periods in a row with poor puck handling from Bob, so hopefully for Panther fans' sake, you don't see 3 for 3. But we go into the second intermission with the Panthers up 2-0. And watching this game, I'm not even really that upset with how the Oilers are playing. They're getting some golden opportunities, but Bobrovsky is playing out of his mind. So we go into the third period, and the Panthers would have a very close chance here. Lusto just misses, and then the Florida Panthers, they would start to have a good cycle in the offensive zone. Montour would get a solid hit here, and the Panthers did an extremely good job in this period at shutting down entries. They did not make it easy for the Oilers to come into their own zone. Skinner would make a nice glove save on Tarasenko, and then Corey Perry would get called for interference. Well, not much to say here because the Oilers' penalty kill is just elite. It's just so damn good. 30 straight successful penalty kills. That is insane. The Panthers would keep making entries into their own zone difficult. Ekblad would have a nice block shot. Verhaeghe decided to join in on the action, block one himself. He would also break up a pass. Skinner would make a great glove save on Rodriguez. And then Skinner would get tested by Verhaeghe and then Barkov. And late in this third period, Florida's trying to keep the puck in the offensive zone. Barkov would get a nice tip, but it goes wide, and they kept staying aggressive. Skinner would get pulled with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. Bob would end up covering this loose puck that went in front. Barkov with a good block, and then Luostarinen gets an empty net goal. Florida wins this one 3-0. So how did the Florida Panthers win this game? 2 words: Sergei Bobrovsky. That guy was absolutely tremendous tonight, and kind of what I alluded to in my series prediction. If Bobrovsky gets hot and he flips the switch, he does become a brick wall, no matter how much offensive zone pressure the other team can have. But I will say this is not how you want to beat the Oilers. They are really talented. Eventually, these shots will go in. But hopefully this is a good entry into the series. We're going to see more exciting games like this. Oilers fans, I wouldn't panic. I think overall your team played solid. If they fine-tune a few things, they'll be fine. And as for Florida, I liked what I saw in the third period in comparison to the second and first. They beat the Oilers not playing their best game. But I'd like to know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Who impressed you the most in this game? Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.